is Kenneth Bird, and my company is Black Series Edition LLC. All right, so yeah, I've been getting a lot of emails since I made this little announcement, and we've been getting orders that have been coming through the account. Thank you so much. We really appreciate the support. So, why are the orders going off like crazy on our accounts? Well, the reason why, because 2 months from today, there's some big changes coming to the company. I decided to push the company in a different direction. And like I said, to build capital for the company. And then on top of that, like I said, I'm talking about basically getting into research and development and manufacturing, which I want to do because again, this gives us time to work on more advanced technology while we can have other people distribute our products. So we were blessed to get a couple of contracts that rolled through. We have one actually in the works for Dubai. We have one in the works for England, and then there's another one we have in the works for a particular state, which we're not going to mention yet. So this particular state and the other places we're working on, one involved 3D mapping applications. The other one we're going to be doing applications for. The other one for the state is going to be doing some serious promotion for our company, as in we're going to be in a lot of interesting workplace establishments. And because of what the payload we're going to get, we don't have to basically, I hate to put it this way, and I don't want to be rude here when I say this, we won't be dealing with customers. We don't have to anymore. It's just that we won't have the time. It's virtually impossible. No way in the world I'm going to be to do both. That's impossible. Right now, tomorrow morning, I got to get up. I got to do a ton of research. I got to read through. There's so much stuff I'm going through right now. There's equipment, machinery, there's freaking licenses, there's classes, all kinds of stuff I'm going to have to go through to get this warehouse. We need warehouse and we need showrooms, which is not hard for us to obtain where we're at right now. But getting ready real estate down here, commercial real estate down here, is really, really affordable. So that's the good part about that. So that's something we are going to need. On top of that, we're going to have to get some different forms of provisional patents for overseas because it's a different guideline over there. You have to make sure you're protected within your states and outside the states, which is very important. Because of the announcement we made, our profit has started to increase. Like I said, what's the word for it? Get it while it's hot, because again, we're not joking. 2 months from now, those shopping carts won't be there. What's going to happen is the site's going to be changed. You've seen what happened to the the name's going to stay the same, but as in the Black Edge screen paints, which are going to be some paints we're going to be engineering for companies. It was bound to come. Like I said, we showed you the first sign of it. What happened to Chris Witch, we converted it over to that particular company. These are going to stay the same, but they're going to change. The other websites also too are going to have lock carts. Because I said before, we're just going to be strictly dealing with the companies. And when you're dealing with a company contract, when you're dealing with distributorship contracts, the last thing they want to see is your website open and selling paint. Because that means their clients can easily override them, go over there and make the orders. So we agree to these contracts, these terms and conditions. In that term and condition, we have to basically shut down these shopping carts automatically. Because again, they want a product that nobody else can get their hands on but them, or they won't sign the contract. Told you the contracts get a little crazy from time to time. So this is one of the contracts right here. This is our company contract. There's a lot in there. So a whole lot. This territory for countries. There's a whole lot of crazy stuff in this contract, but it is needed so basically both parties can get understanding what's going on. Mind, these contracts don't pop off right away. This is a draft contract, which means we'll email it to the person. They'll read over top of it. There's some things in there they want to change. There's some things we may disagree with, some things they may agree with. It goes back and forth until we can come to an understanding. We can meet to a middle ground, and then both parties will sign, get it notarized, and business. We're in business that fast. But it takes time for these contracts. It's something that happens overnight. So this is our draft of our contract for the Black Series. These are 1-year contracts that we have. These contracts, the way we set them up, are considered to be exclusive contracts. I do not want 3 and 4 individuals selling our products in one state. We want one person per state, one company per state. That's what we want. Makes it a little bit more easier. Like I said, I'm not in the business to become a multi-millionaire. I'm in the business to sell screen paint products. That's basically about it. Now, I do apologize for those of you. I tried with it's virtually impossible. We can't do it. What I mean by the prices that we have for our products, they're not going to be the same prices anymore. They have free will to charge what they want. As long as they're not gouging and doing anything with certain guidelines, they can charge what they want. Keep in mind, it's easier when it's me. When I'm doing this in my house, I don't have a lot of expenses at the end of the day. I can keep the prices to a certain degree. These are companies at the end of the day. They have expensive, serious expenses, and they have to be able to sell the paint for enough money at the end of the day to be able to take care of their overhead. Also, too, this puts our company in a different position now. Because now this with the capital and with the pool, it gives us the ability now to be able to stand up and see eye to eye with the big dogs, which is something that I wanted more than anything in the world. And we'll have the option now, because we have serious backing, to be able to go to these conventions and projection screen electronic shows. We can pop up in there to Screen Innovation. Hello, how you doing? Hopefully one day we'll be sitting there, I'll be walking through and I'll be seeing your face. So, no disrespect, just man to man, showing off technology to technology. That's basically about it. And I'm going to have to carry myself in a certain way. I can't be going and talking about crushing and destroying and all that stuff at the end of the day. We got to do things differently. Just show off whose product is the best, and whoever's the best is the best. That's the bottom line to it. But I cannot wait to get this ball starting. So there's going to be a lot of changes. Right now, I've already went in and removed items off the shopping cart. The 3D paint no longer available. The outdoor screen paints all available, and the cinema completes are available. The gaming fusions are no longer available, so they've been removed off the site. These are the first ones that had serious interest. As in for the cinema complete, really can't say too much about that. There's some things going to be going on with that product altogether. That's a very popular screen paint from the door. And we're going to have to put our updates in right away. To tell our customers right away what's going on. This is the reason why I sat there and said that, when the individual changed out his paint at the last minute, you can't do that. You can't change a product out at the last minute without updates. We constantly put out updates before we do something, so that way everybody's well aware of the transition. Now, those of you who have been placing orders, again, thank you for the support for the company. We really appreciate that. Your orders will be processed and you will be taken care of. Even if we have orders that spill over past the 2-month point, we're still going to take care of you. It's not a problem. We'll get everybody shipped out and everybody taken care of, and you'll be good to go. That'll be the final and last orders from customers. Once you put your orders through, we will take care of it from there. And then, like I said, if we're at the end of the month, in the process, the shopping carts will be shut down. But if you placed an order in that timeline, you still will be taken care of. No matter what, you will get your product. Doesn't make a difference. Ooh, I'm going to have to change so much on the website now. Dirty. I'm going to have to rechange my shipping policy, because everything now is going to be engineered and wrapped around the contracts, which is a little different when it comes to shipping, which we're going to have to change all that out. Now, what we will allow customers to still be able to see on the website, you'll be able to see some of the video demonstrations we have here and here. The only thing that will be missing off the site where you're not get access to is the shopping carts. So the only things you can't get access to. Basically, and whatever distributor, whatever company we're working with, if they decide to open up a website, we can buy directly through them. Then we will give all that information when they're ready to basically set their sites up, or if they're going to do business on that level. I don't know. They could be doing business with strictly companies only. They could be doing business with our customers. We don't know about that. So it's up to the contract distributors what they're going to do with their contracts. They could basically open up a website. You could buy directly from them, or basically they can basically just deal with companies. It's up to them what they do at the end of the day. So I really can't say from there. Now, by then, we won't have to worry about the painting the next individuals. That will all be wrapped up in court. We'll be in court already for those right there. Those individuals who felt the need to tamper with our products without permission. We're not worried about that. You'll be taken care of. Any future headaches at the end of the day, keep in mind, you'll be dealing with me, and you'll be dealing with the companies that I'm contracted under. And again, go ahead and play and see what happens. See how fast you'll get burned. So just giving you a heads up. I'm not going to do that thing we did with the other fellow, waiting a couple of days. No, I'm going to execute right on the spot. Come and get you. That's what's going to happen. After you see what we do to these three individuals, I guarantee you, how's I say, I'm gonna smack you so hard your kids are gonna feel it. That's how bad it's gonna be. These three are going to suffer some pretty bad stuff. So when we get done with them, it's going to be an example of don't touch our stuff. Anybody in the future wants to play that game at the end of the day, there's going to be no back and forth. We're not doing any of that stuff. I got business to take care of. I don't have time to be going back and forth. It's going to be short and sweet. I'm going to hire an investigator. We're going to go through your website. We're going to go through our YouTube channels, whatever. We'll contact YouTube's legal department. They will take care of that. That's why we're hiring a legal team to take care of all that mess we have at the end of the day. Figure out where you're at, get your information, go file for you to go to court, and we'll see you in court, and we're just going to sue you. That's basically about it. I will send out, I'll tell you this much, I will send out what they call cease and desist order, or whatever you want to call it. And the reason why I send those out is because this gives us a better chance. Well, that's a good, better chance. We're going to win anyway. It seals the coffin. That's what it does. It's designed to seal the coffin. It's a warning that you're giving. So we can go to court and show that we did warn you at the end of the day to back down, and you refused to. And we told you at the end of the day this was going to happen. So anything you're hit with in court, you really can't get around. You can't say, I never heard of this. It's my first offense. You can't get around it because you were warned from the door. You were told. So that's why you'll get that issue from our attorney telling you to back down. And if you continue on, your channel will be monitored. Then we will come after you. That's short and plain. So I'm going to be taking a lot of stuff at the end of the day. We're going to be in the, put it this way, we'll show you whoever we take your stuff in the day, we'll basically post where the auction is going to be, so you can go buy their stuff. That's what happens to your stuff. Your stuff goes to an auction house. I don't get it at the end of the day. It goes right to an auction house. They get it. And it gets auctioned off. I can go in and just buy your stuff and do whatever the heck I want to do with it. But that's what's going to happen to your stuff. It'll go to an auction house because they have to sell it off to pay us back. So that's what's going to happen. So if you value your valuables, you value your home, your car, whatever you have at the end of the day, Jim, keep your dirty fingers to yourself at the end of the day. I don't mind people if they're going to review. Well, you can't review the product because you won't be to buy it. But anyway, yeah, I thought about that too. We want the distributors allow you to do it. But then again, you be dealing with them at the end of the day. You won't be dealing. Well, you be dealing with us too. We dealing with both of us. That'd be 2 lawsuits. That'd be them and yeah, that's just what that'd be. Oh well, let's see what happens after that. So that for people have been sending me emails asking me about what's going on. Yeah, the company is going in a different direction. I've been trying to go in this different direction for quite some time. So that is definitely going to work. So let's see. That's pretty much it from there. I got to finish up the contract we have here. Send this over to a couple of individuals that are interested in contracts. Those of you who have been asking for contracts, keep in mind you must show that your company is legit. We need tax information, all that stuff like that. We need licenses, all that stuff to show that you have a legitimate company. Keep in mind within these contracts, if you violate anything, I mean, you violate our coming in trying to sell our products and doing this and doing that, doing something shady at the end of the day, it's $250,000 per court for violating that contract. It's a lot of money. So if we catch somebody basically going in and trying to reverse engineer our products, trying to figure out how they made, changing labels, altering anything that you're not supposed to be doing within that contract, which shows a clear violation, is at $250,000 per court on a violation for that contract. Of course, we got people at the end of the day, we have to worry about that, but it's in there. And keep in mind, once you sign your name to that, you have agreed to that, what we put in those contracts. So if a violation pops, this is for people who decide that they're going to be trolls at the end of the day. If you have a business or anything, I will take your company from you. You'll lose it. You have to pay me a ton of money. You will lose your business in the end. And nobody at the end of the day is going to lose their company over something like that. No, not someone who's really smart at the end of the day. But just in case, if you trolls at the end of the day decide that if you have a business or company and you want to jump on a bandwagon and do something stupid, I'll take your business right from you. You have to pay me some way. So don't do that at the end of the day. Don't end up like these jokers at the end of the day are going to lose their shirts at the end of the day and end up with nothing. All right, well, I took down my screen over here because we don't need it anymore. That came down. That's no more needed. Doing demonstrations on our products, really don't have to do that too much anymore because we've done so many demonstrations. We're done on that level right there. Any of the new technology is going to be going someplace else. We're going to be doing something else with it. The Alpha ones, yeah, they're no longer available. The Sugar Plum Fairy, no longer available. The Fusion Gamer, no longer available. The only ones we have available are the Outside Technology and the Cinema. That's all we got available. Everything else has been pulled because these companies are deciding which ones they want and what they want to use. We got people that are very interested in the Alpha 1 technology, which you'll see under the P2 projector when we get it over here for demonstration. So this is going to be pretty cool at the end of the day. Okay, well, that's pretty much it. Again, thank you for my customers, like I said, for supporting us. They're continuing to support us. Like I said, we have orders that are still pushing to the account right now, so that's fantastic. Like I said, all orders will be processed and taken care of as we always do. And if we are near the end of the month, for it's 2 months, we're going to be shutting things down on that side. If we are in that near the end of the month and you have placed an order right on the tip of the edge line, your order still will be processed and you still will be shipped out at the end of the day. All right, well, that's basically about it. That's all I can give you. Right now, I got a ton of research on to do right now. I got to figure out what zoning is going to cost me. I got to figure out what warehouse space and forklifts and machinery and all kinds of stuff in the day. If I'm hiring someone, what I have to go through, what I have to have for them, and different forms of insurance and all that stuff like that. I got to go through a whole lot of freaking paperwork. It's going to be insane. Not only that, I got to pop over to LegalZoom and I got to pay for some very serious licenses we're going to need in the day. I have to get updates on all the new safety material data codes because everything now is switching over to something completely different, and we're going to need a different class license now. All right, well, that being said, I hope you enjoyed. Got to go. Thank you all, and God bless. I find it's very interesting that the individual sat there and said that God was basically not going to give me any orders in 2023, and we landed 3 major contracts. Oh, I forgot 4. Sorry, there's another fellow who we're going to be contacting very soon. He's a major distributor who's going to help push our product, but we need some things done for us, some serious paperwork they're requesting before we can actually go on board with them. They actually have ties through Projector Central and a lot of big companies. They deal with Black Diamond, Elite Screen, stuff like that. Very big companies at the end of the day. So yeah, it's going to be nice to be on board with them. So yeah, this is going to be pretty cool. I get it. Wait. I forgot about something too. We get different taxes too. We definitely have different taxes. On top of that, I have to I get a company car, don't I? I freaking do get a company car. I thought about that too. Yeah, that's whatever. Some of the perks, corporate perks are freaking sick. I get freaking all kind of a lot of cool stuff. That'd be freaking cool. Franklin Flyer miles. I'm doing private jets only. I'm sorry, people, but that's what I want to do. Is probably I've never been on a private jet. I'm curious what that'd be like. But yeah, this is the same individual who sat there and made the statement that God, first of all, never say anything with God's name in it at the end of the day. If you're basically, that's called, what do you call it? A false prophet. A false prophet. You got a nerve to sit there and say that God didn't tell you jack at the end of the day. Period. That shows you how stupid some people are going to be. They're going to basically mock a Christian and sit there and say, God said no orders in 2023. Yeah, God showed you at the end of the day. God ended up giving us 3 major contracts. So now we can basically turn around, push our company in a different direction, pull in 1,000 times more capital. And not only that, we don't have to work with customers. They're going to be working with customers. We can concentrate on research and development. If God blessed me to have this technology at the end of the day, and you're going to sit there and try to make a mockery of what he blessed me to have, and then turn around and try to say God said, yeah, God will show you where you're wrong at the end of the day. He'll show you exactly what kind of person you are. And you're a person that's a false prophet. Anything that prophesies anything in God's name and not so is considered to be a false prophet, and that's what you are. Oh, well, we're going to rise, and you guys are going to fall in the process. Like I said, let me get all this work done. And for the gentlemen who are going to be prosecuting in the next couple of months, see you in court.